messed up the melody a little bit, but it's great. It's fine. We love Jesus.
But it's all good. It's all good. It's a little space. A little space, a little grace.
I like that. Space and grace. Space and grace.
Welcome everybody. This is a new service we decided we wanted to try out a bit called A New Song. Last Christmas we did the holiday jams, and in the middle section we just kind of played a little bit of music and talked a bit and kind of let songs come as they went, and it was nice. And we're like, okay, what happens if we do this as a service? So we wanted to try something new, have a little conversation and invite you into the conversation. Now, I want everybody to take a moment, go on Facebook, go on Instagram, wherever you're watching, share it, comment. We have the comments up. Well, not at the moment, but we will have the comments up.
We have lyrics.
We want to hear from you. We want you to be a part of the conversation. So share with your friends, comment, and we're going to have a good time. All right? See, nobody's commenting yet, but somebody will.
Oh, I can type too.
Yeah, you can type too.
Hello.
We can talk to you as well. See?
I can type something.
Cue the applause for Ashley. Yes.
Hello. Yay.
No, it's like if we want to be that corner, I can pull up. There's
Please.
a button. There's
Sure,
a
why
button.
not?
Yeah, I will show her.
Just hit it. And yay! I cannot believe you are pulling up. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
There we go. That works.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Thanks. I feel good about myself.
So how are you doing? How is life? How are you doing recently?
I'm good. I'm actually really great. I have a lot of things going on. And it's actually perfect, like what we're going to talk about today with trusting and faith and all of those things, because I recently parted with my representation to focus the next 6 to 12 months on writing. So I'm a screenwriter, for people that don't know. I'm also a screenwriter. And so I've decided that I need to get them done so that I can submit them, so I can be in the world equally as a professional actor and writer. And I just did that last week. And as much as I feel at peace with parting and making that decision, there is still also some oh my God, what have I done? So
But don't they say that, good choices feel like that though? Like good choices in the long run are going to feel like that.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, and I mean, I definitely feel like this is the time that I'm supposed to be doing that. So that's this conversation today that we're going to have is quite apropos. But I'm great. I'm great. My husband is great. My baby's great.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
How are you?
Good. Busy as always. When am I not doing 500 million things?
This is very true.
But busy as you, yes.
You put this room together, didn't you?
Yeah.
You stapled those? You did? I'm not surprised at all. Yeah. It's fine.
It's fine. It's all, but now it works for this. It's going to be a nice little comfortable area to create music, to create, and, a new space. Because before it was just
a room. Yeah.
And now it's a space we can create in.
Yeah.
So that's good. And so I'm happy about that. But, it's just life is busy as always.
Yeah.
As always. And, the usual things that life brings. But we are yet alive. Are we not? Yes. Amen.
Yeah. Hallelujah.
So I want to start out by talking about and reading. So the prayer of the week this week is, Lord, grant that we might do everything we can in faith, trusting that you will never leave us nor forsake us. Honor our desire to be good stewards of all you have entrusted to our care. Amen. How about that first part? Grant that we may do everything we can in faith, trusting that you will never leave us nor forsake us.
I just had a really great conversation with one of my dearest friends the other night. We were out to dinner, and she was talking about the fact that she had this kind of revelation that as artists, most artists tend to be somewhat perfectionists, right? And like if it's not done the way we want it to be, then it's not right. Instead of embracing kind of what becomes if we just lend ourselves to the moment. But what she was also talking about was kind of, when you're ready to elevate to the next level of your career, how oh, I just lost my train of thought just like that. Oh, motherhood. Wait, it's gonna
I
come
think
back.
it's like life, because I do that all the time.
Yeah.
I will be mid sentence, and then I
And then it's
literally like will watch it walk. It opens a door in my head. I can see it. It
Oh, I
opens
got
the
it.
door in
I got
my
it.
head
Wait, don't,
and
don't,
waves.
wait. I got it. It came back. See, I told you. Oh well.
Right back out the door.
Wait. Okay. She was talking about how when you engage in the journey, right? And we think that our process has to yield something every single time along the way. But the blessing, what she kind of realized is that the blessing is not in the destination. We hear that all the time. It's about the journey. It's not about the destination. But the growth and what builds the character is in the process. And as long as we are engaging and doing what we can do, because faith without works is dead, right? So as long as we are engaging and doing what we can when we can, then we are it will manifest itself. It will absolutely
When so many
manifest.
things in our world work like that, you look at college, you look at school, you look at a savings account. You're only going to get return on what you put into it.
Say that. Yeah. You are. And I think it's if we focus on the engagement, if we focus on that, and it's going to contradict kind of what I'm saying, I think, but like perfect the engagement, perfect the process part, and hone in on the experience of that, then everything else is going to fall into place, and that it just, and it also helps you adjust your expectation of what you want to get out of it and your objective.
I feel, adjusting expectations seems to be hard for some people.
For everyone in the world,
hard.
I don't know anyone who adjusting expectation comes so easily. I can't think of one person. Not that I know everybody in the whole world, but you get my point. Like I think everybody, it's on a spectrum. I think everybody at some point has to like recalibrate themselves when it comes to what they expect from what they're doing, or with the world, what they're seeing in the world. They're adjusting their expectation for what the world owes them, or what the world is supposed to give. Right. What they're entitled to.
And I've seen a lot recently too, this almost subconscious entitlement. Like people aren't necessarily, their intentions aren't necessarily entitled, but there's this subconscious of, something might shift in the world, or something might shift and something's changing, and they get all upset. It's like, well, no, what you were doing before was a privilege. Like, I realize that. I think sometimes we have to kind of step back and realize, yeah, life is hard, but I know as a black person compared to a lot of other black people, I have lived a privileged life.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I remember one time my husband said that to me, and I was like, what? What are you talking? How could you say that? You know what my story is, and da-da-da-da. And he was like, no, but for all intents and purposes, like, you're privileged. You have hot water, you have a bed, you have clothes to wear, you have food. That's privilege. That's privilege. Yeah. And so when we talk about trust and faith. Read it again one more time.
Grant that we might do everything we can. I'm sorry, I can't read all of it. Grant that we might do everything we can in faith, trusting that you will never leave us nor forsake us, was the first part.
Yeah.
And I feel like, letting go of some of those entitlements, letting go of everything you're holding on to sometimes is that trust that needs to happen for you to, like you said earlier, transition and move to your next step, level up.
And like trusting that what you are embarking upon, what's been like brought, what the universe has brought to you, what God brings to us, would not have been brought to our attention if we haven't already been somehow given the information that we need, the tools that we need, yeah.
Or maybe part of your journey is to gather those tools.
Right.
The next part says, honor our desire to be good stewards of all you have entrusted to our care.
Honor, say it again, honor.
Honor our desire to be good stewards of all you have entrusted to our care.
And then again, like being a good steward, I think people often misinterpret that as like be a perfect steward. But that's not what it says. Like
be a
good steward, which means engaging in the process. And I keep saying that over and over again because that is one of the hardest things for me in all aspects of my life. When I was dating my husband, I was like, when we gonna get married? As a mother, I wasn't so much like, I think becoming a mother probably has been the thing thus far that's taught me the most about finding the joy in process, because I wanted to savor every moment of my daughter's growing up, like of her. I wanted to watch every moment that she learned something new. As she learned to talk, I enjoyed the moments when her sentence, when the subject didn't match with the verb, and when she got her phrases mixed up and stuff, I enjoyed in that. I mean, I corrected her at some point because we can't be out in the world sounding crazy, but yeah, like being a good steward, that to me is not so much about whatever it is that you're producing, whatever it is that you're bringing into the world, make it perfect, make it right, but simply caring for it, attending to it, regularly, as in your relationship with God too.
Relationships in general are hard.
Yes. I wish it was a song that came into my head.
Like what?
I don't know.
What?
I'm waiting for you.
I'm just playing.
Oh.
I'm just communicating through music.
I like it. Communication through music is good. Yeah. I have my IG live.
Oh, yeah?
And so my friend Felicia, she's like, engage in the process. Yes. Let me see. See if I can see what other people are saying. Yeah, that's all somebody said right now. Engage in the process. Trust, faith, engage. And
you kind of have to have faith to fully, let yourself go and engage in the process.
Yeah, and that's scary. Like, you telling me to literally, walk in the dark like this? Okay, Okay, I'm going.
She was speaking of walking in the dark.
Okay, I'm coming.
I mean, and you shared with me that, so like last Christmas when we did the holiday show, you shared with me afterwards that that was one of the freest you had felt on stage, and I was like, that took some faith, because that was also probably one of the least prepared in terms of we put that together the day of.
Right.
We were shooting things that had to be edited on that day.
You know, coming into this year, one of the biggest things that I wanted to do was to play, because that's what we should be doing. Those of us who are artists, whatever your medium, whatever your discipline is, there should always be play. And I think that's what I allowed myself to do on that concert. And ever since then, particularly with the ending of the pandemic, I mean, not the ending of the pandemic. Sorry,
the hopeful coming.
Right. I mean the end of the lockdown, coming back into work. You know, as strange as it feels, I just wanted to play. I was like, we don't have. Tomorrow's not promised to anyone. And if I'm going to do this, then I have to allow myself the freedom of faith and play and trust that I'm going to be all right. Even if I fall flat on my face, it's going to be fine.
And it's hard to do that too as a professional when it's like you got to hit this certain mark, when you got to do blah, 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 you got to do all this. And that's one of the things I do try to do as a director is I'm going to misquote this, but I would remember somebody said about directing it's not just your job to kind of mold the show as a director.
Yes.
But also create a space where your actors feel that they can act and truly act and not just do what you say, but allow their artistry to really be seen within the vision of the director.
Yes.
You know? There's definitely a line there, but there's a way to do it properly. And that's, that second part I think is very important.
Yeah.
But it takes faith. It takes faith in the actors. It takes faith in everybody involved. And I think, too, something that's helped me, too, is in theater, I've been a line designer, sound designer, written.
All the things.
So it taught me that there's not one person's job that's not valuable.
Yeah.
And people, especially, you see this a lot, especially in classical music, if people think they're the most important. It's like, no. If that lighting director was not up there, you'd be playing in the dark right now.
Right. Right. I was looking at these lyrics for How Great Thou Art. It's one of my, I always say songs are like, oh, it's one of my favorite things to sing. And my husband always gets on me because I always forget the words. And so he's like, how can it be your favorite song if you forget the words? But I think it's the spirit of the song. There's something about this song when it talks about, like, in all your awesome wonder, consider all the worlds thy hands have made. And when I think about that, I think it makes me think about just how little control I, as this little person, have over life, but kind of also at the same time, how God has given me the tools and language and all the things that I need. So that being faithful and trusting that God is going to take care of everything.
Really, like you say, you there are so many things you don't have control over, and I have to find myself going, you know what is worrying about this thing going to change anything? No. Why am I wasting my energy on it?
Right.
You know? And but where I do have a choice and do have control is in my reaction.
Yes. Yes. Do you want to try this?
Sure.
We're going to try it, guys. I told you I forget the words sometimes.
Is that a good key?
Oh, Lord, my God. Can you try a half step up? Oh.
Can we do a step?
Oh. Yeah. We'll see. Oh, Lord, my God. When I am all in awesome wonder, consider all the worlds thy hands have made. I see the stars, I hear the rolling thunder, thy power throughout the universe displayed. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. And when I think that God, his Son, not sparing, sent him to die, I scarce can take it in, that on the cross my burden gladly bearing, he bled and died to take away my sins. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. How great thou art, how great thou Yeah.
Then sings my soul.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So also this week, the quote of the week by Dorothy Day is, we have all known the long loneliness, and we have learned that the only solution is love, and that love comes with community.
Yes. And I think we all kind of know this all too well now,
Mm.
having just survived, a good portion of us, a pandemic,
And still
and
surviving.
still surviving a pandemic. Um, and I I was so grateful. I still am very grateful that even on the most harrowing days of the lockdown, as crazy as it was we live in a 1 bedroom apartment. So my husband, me, our 70-pound dog, and our toddler, who when it started was 2.5. Even on the most harrowing days, I still had them, and we laughed and we loved, and we went for walks, and we communed in a very, very different way, which I'm sure a lot of households did. And I was super grateful because there were so many people that I know, that we know, um, particularly in the arts community, that don't have families, that who were alone unless they were able to travel home, like to their hometowns. Um, and when you think about that, like you can think about the amount of depression and sadness and anxiety, and that you kind of don't realize until you are thrust into um, that situation. You don't realize like just how much you miss people, things that we took for granted, hugging. I'm a very like, when I speak, like physical person, and now I'll go to like, yeah, yes, yeah, it's like,
Well, but look, like we were singing earlier. Sondheim had it right. Someone to hold me too close.
right,
Someone to hurt me too deep.
right.
Like that.
We,
That is being
I
alive.
need that is being alive. I need someone to like, when I laugh, I need a knee, somebody, or a hand, or a
Well, and
something.
too, especially as Black people, we love to cut up. Especially especially if you've never been to a Tyler Perry movie
Oh,
in the theater
yeah.
when it's packed,
Or a play.
or a
a
play
Tyler Perry.
when it is packed and it's us,
Yes.
the best experience you will ever have.
Yeah.
And you'll fully understand why a lot of stuff is funny.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
Yeah.
it's reminded everybody, and it was a good reminder because we were kind of, and as we all know, social media has its good and bads, but
Yeah.
it was, we got to the point where we just send a text, and now it's like people realize how important that contact is, that human to human contact, that talking face to face, seeing a play live versus watching it on screen.
Mm-hmm.
Now you see the importance of all of that.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, human beings are social animals. We are animals, guys. Calm down. We are human beings, but we are animals too. And we are social. Because there's going to be somebody out there that's like, I can't believe she called me. I'm not an animal.
Sitting over there.
Well. There's so much happening in that moment. Okay. But yeah, like, we're social beings. I mean, even my aunt, my aunt-in-law, but my aunt, like, she is perfectly fine staying in her house, like, you know, man, bring the groceries, and I don't need to go shopping. And she is perfect. That was before the pandemic.
I'm an indoor cat as well.
She is an indoor cat. That is exactly. But even she, I mean, she always would come to visit us, but even she is a person who's like, I need my family. I need to see y'all. Like, once a month now or every other month. Like I need uh some sort of like human connection together in person. Let me look at you and make sure you're all right. It's important, and that is community, and that is love, knowing that you are not alone. Uh-oh. I sparked something.
Sorry, I'll find it.
Oh God. He got inspired and then it went to the left. The song sounds familiar, but sing it.
No one is alone. Believe me.
What's that from?
Children,
I know it, but
Into the Woods.
oh, I'm a bad musical theater kid, guys.
Halfway through the woods.
Songs will sound familiar to me. And I'm like, yeah, I know that. What is it
Pull
from?
the words to that, because that's
Okay.
a good word.
All right, it's a good one. He said, we're pulling up the words. We're pulling up the words.
No one is alone.
No, no, no. See, I know the melody. Huh? What is it called?
No one
Oh God.
is alone.
The Broadway community is angry right now. They're like, how could you ever? Who are you? And I know Felicia in particular is like, what is wrong with you? Mother cannot guide you. Now you're on your own. Only me beside you. Lord. Truly.
No one is alone.
Yeah.
Mother, is it here now?
Y'all, I just sang for Stephen Sondheim the other night, and I'm so glad that he's not here to witness.
Like this. You just comment.
I want my picture back. Don't sing any of my songs ever again. Right, they didn't. It's fine.
Right.
But we got it. Y'all got it. We got it. If you're not in musical theater, maybe it went over your head, and that's okay with me. I'm fine.
But there's a chance to go look it up and listen to it.
You should. Because into the woods, into the woods, into the woods. I know that part. Go.
I've been doing this like 3 times, so
Woods in the woods.
we will get stuck on that. Loneliness.
Chandra said, what's happening? What's happening is freedom and playfulness. That's what's happening, Chandra. We are here and we are alive. Into the woods is... Anyway. What am I doing? What are we doing? This one?
No. Click back on Safari.
Yes.
And then go to Restream chat.
Go to what?
The second one in.
This one?
Nope.
No, Restream. Let's see. Are people? Hello. Hello, Nancy Gray. We'll have to make sure we tell the people the next time that that's what's happening.
So back to loneliness.
Back to loneliness. Back to sorrow. It's hard out here in these streets. It is. But God is good and provides us with friends and family and self-assurance. That's an interesting thing because also there are some of us who are always looking for voids to be filled within our community, and our community is important for that. But I think also a big thing an important thing to consider is that sometimes the love that we need and that we're looking for from our community, if there's ever a time when we can't, that God also will provide opportunity for us to love and learn how to love ourselves to fill voids that for whatever reason at the moment cannot be filled by our community, if that makes any sense. I don't know if that makes sense, but
No, it does. Well, and like one word that popped up that you said in there reminds me, or made me think about, it takes time, and that those things, you know, you said to learn. Learning takes time.
Yeah.
Learning to love yourself. It's not immediate. You can't.
Oh yeah. If you haven't practiced it, then you have. I mean, it's a skill. It's a skill. It's not something that's natural. So.
Well, like what Paul says, if you don't love yourself, how the hell are you gonna love somebody else?
And there's no lie in that.
And so loving our community, loving each other starts within ourselves.
Absolutely.
But that takes time. We have to realize that. I mean, if you look at, yes, everything in the world is not great. However, the general trajectory is up. You know? Hopefully.
Yeah. The sun will come out.
Is that the wrong key? I think that's the wrong key.
The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. The sun will come out tomorrow. Clear away the cobwebs and the sorrow till there's none. When I'm stuck with a day that's gray and lonely, I just stick out my chin and grin and say,
The sun usually does come out the next day. You know, even so, I just thought about it, even when there's rain there, the sun is always there. It's just covered up.
Ha! Say that. Say it. That's good. And it's like at the end of Next to Normal, because I am a music theater kid sometimes. At the end of Next to Normal, the last phrase that they sing is, "There will be light." There will be light. There will be light. And there will be light. And we will trust and we will have faith
That there will be light.
and walk into the light. Look at us. Ha! Button. Come on.
Whoa.
Wrap it up. Light.
Hey.
Beautiful light. Come where the dewdrops of mercy shine bright. Shine all around us by day and by night. Jesus, the light of the world. Hallelujah. Won't he do it? Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh.
Well, thank you all, everybody, for joining us. This has been a new song. We hope you'll share this with your friends.
Yeah.
And come back next week. Next week at 5 o'clock. We'll be here, be on the couch, Ashley and I, and we might have a guest with us. So join in and see who will be with us. And then Sunday morning service, we'll have live stream right here, or you can start joining us in person. You can register online if you go to www.paumc.com.